Hey guys, and welcome back to Beat 'em Up Joes. I'm Kelly Hampton, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about this monster, the original Xbox, and a super simple repair to a really common problem with the original Xbox. I'm going to teach you how to fix this guy today. You know, as video game collectors, we collect a lot of older hardware, and the older this stuff gets, the more prone it becomes to one failure or another. One such failure is super common in the original Xbox, and that being that the drive door will not open on this guy. I actually got this guy for free because it was not working, and I did some research and figured out how to fix this, and it's really easy. If your drive door doesn't open on your original Xbox, I bet you I can teach you how to fix it today. So let's check it out. Hey guys, welcome back. Like I said at the top of this video, this particular original Xbox has a super common issue, and that being that this drive door will not open. And most likely if yours is doing this, the problem is that the drive belt in this has gotten worn out over time and does not have the tension that it needs to drive that gear to open the drawer. So I've done some research on this and found that, yeah, while you can buy a drive belt for this guy, it's a little bit more expensive. And this guy right here will work wonders. This is just a small rubber band. They're very strong and got a lot of tension to them. And these are just, I bought these at Walmart. They're Equate Beauty brand. They're no metal elastics. There's 300 of them here, and I paid like $1 for these. So these are supposed to work great for this repair. I've already done this, and it worked great for me. I don't know, however, how long this will last, so I'll definitely update you on it, but this seems like the way to go. You'll only need a few tools for this. Those tools being 3 star-shaped Torx bits or Torx screwdrivers, those being sizes 20, 15, and 10. Like I said, you can buy these in a screwdriver by themselves, or you can buy them as bits to put in a driver drill, or not a drill, but a drive handle. And you'll also need a 00 or 00 precision Phillips screwdriver. And I've just kind of got a a precision screwdriver that has like a drill motion to it. It's very slow, so it will not strip out my screws. But I don't know, I may not even use the drill portion of that. But those are the only tools that you need. A Torx 10, a Torx 15, and a Torx 20. Those are the star-shaped, Torx bits or screwdriver themselves, and a 00 or 00 Phillips precision screwdriver. And of course, your small elasticy rubber band that will create some tension and be fairly strong. So with all that said, let's go ahead and open this guy up. I'm going to start with my Torx 20 bit. That's what you're going to use to open up the outside case. So I'm going to flip this guy over. And as I've already done this, you'll see that I have already uncovered a screw here and a screw here. And of course, breaking into these labels is going to void your warranty, of course, but this console is much older than its warranty was valid for. And there have kind of been some things lately that have been saying that, console manufacturers can't really mandate whether or not you can repair or use third-party repair services to do your repairs on your consoles. So that's kind of moot in the first place. But we're just going to open these guys up. And like I said, I've got bits, and this is just a ratcheting hand driver for these Torx bits. So we're going to take these out. One thing to mention, these 4 on the corners are underneath those rubber foot pads. So you'll have to rip those guys off first to get to these corner screws. There are 6 screws here. There's 1 on each corner. And these are some long screws. So don't get worried if it's taking you a while to get those screws out. And we'll just kind of take these screws out. There is 1 under this label, 1 under this label, and 1 in each corner. But we'll go ahead and take these screws out, and I'll see you in the next step. Okay, so now that I've removed all 6 of the screws from the case, we're going to go ahead and flip this guy back over and just kind of pull this guy until it comes off. We'll set that to the side. Now you'll see that we have the disk drive on this side and the hard drive on this side. And underneath here is a small silver screw. That one is going to be your small Torx 10 screw. So we'll go ahead and put that in our driver here. And we'll go ahead and remove that guy. And always keep your screws separated with your parts. That way you could remember where they go. But now that we've done that, we can lift out this tray. And we can pull these cords out of the way so you can unclip them from the clip at the very front there. That way you have a little bit more room to do things here. And, you know, just pull out your ribbon cable, you know, just kind of wiggle it till it comes out. I can just lay this guy to the side now that we've got that ribbon cable out. So we'll just lay that guy to the side actually. And now that we've got that out of the way, we can pull the disk drive out once we've removed a screw here and a screw here. There are 2 Torx 10 screws in here and in here. So we'll go ahead and remove those as well. And it's important to note that you may need some kind of extension to remove those screws. In my set here, I have such an extension because my driver is a little fat to go in that hole. And what also is neat about this particular extension is it magnetizes my bit, so that will help me with that screw quite a bit. And always make sure that you are getting your grooves into the screw's head. That way you don't strip out the head of that screw. And this is where we're going to really need that extension, because we're going to have to go down in this hole to get the next Torx screw. Like I said, a magnetic screwdriver does wonders for those two screws. And now that we have that released, we should be able to go ahead and lift the DVD drive out. And again, remove your ribbon cable by wiggling the connector back and forth, as well as your power connector here, and just wiggle back and forth. So now we have the DVD drive free. You'll see that there are 4 Phillips screws on the bottom of the casing around the DVD drive, and that is going to be our 00 or 00 Phillips precision screwdriver. So I'm just going to remove those quickly. And that's actually kind of handy with the drill motion. Like I said, that's not moving fast enough to strip out screws, so that actually works out really well. I actually kind of recommend this screwdriver for this kind of precision work. I will show that to you a little bit closer at the end of the video, because that actually worked out really well for me. So now that I've got those screws removed, I can remove the metal outer casing of this drive. And you just carefully remove this stuff. Try not to break any components. But now that I have this drive open, definitely make sure not to touch any contacts on this board or any of, the lens or anything like that. Now, one thing to note is that there are 2 different versions of this drive that I know of. But what you're looking for, and I think you can see this, is this plastic release mechanism. It's going to be in a different place on both drives, but this is how you are going to release your DVD drive. And like I said, it's in a different place on both drives. But now we can see this drive belt, and we can see that that has lost its tension. It's not going to drive that gear. Get you a closer look at this. And also, this is very not flexible. So I certainly recommend the rubber bands for that reason as well, because what's happened here is it's just lost all of its ability to hold any kind of tension. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these rubber bands, got a nice tension, nice stretch to it, and we're just going to feed that onto the pulleys of this DVD drive. Now, this is a little difficult, but this is the most difficult part of this repair. So, there is a small track that it must go into on this small pulley, and then a larger track on this larger pulley here. It needs to go in there and on the track on this pulley. So I'm going to attempt to get this on here while on the camera. This is a little difficult to do, but and I'm actually going to use my screwdriver to kind of feed this through here. And like I said, there are 2 different versions of this drive that I have seen. I think this process of feeding the belt on is quite a bit easier in the other version of the drive. So cross your fingers that that's the one that you've got, because this is a little bit difficult to do, especially with the camera in my face. Now, as you can see, we have that belt around both of those pulleys, and if you can see both of those pulleys turning as you move that drive around, then you've done this correctly. Because moving that drive moves that gear, which turns those pulleys, which is what you want. So if you can see that, then you've done this repair correctly. So go ahead and push that drive in to where it will not open. That way it is in the correct state. And then we'll go ahead and put our casing back on it. And actually you'll probably want to put the bottom back on it first, because it has some clips on it. And this particular one anyway has little guides that tell you where these pegs go. So you put those in there. We'll put the top back on the drive, and that will go like so. And this also has guides that will come through these holes here as well. So after we've got that, we'll go ahead and put our screws back in here. Get these back in here correctly. You may actually want to start those a little bit with your fingers to prevent slipping like I had on those first two screws. Yeah, you may want to just start those a little bit with your fingers just to ensure they're in the hole correctly. Once you've had those tightened down, you can put your drive back in to the console. I'm going to connect my power. And my ribbon cable. Excuse me guys, I do have this camera right in my face, so this is a little bit different than what it would normally be like. And then just slide your drive back in there. Make sure that all the holes match up and that it's in the right place. And then you want to take your Torx tin again, and like I said before, this magnetic tip does wonders for this particular part of reassembly, because getting those screws back in those holes is kind of torture without a... And I actually, like I said, I do not have those in the right spot. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. So you want that to be flush. And we've got our next screw. And again, this one goes over on this side. Like I say, without a magnetic tip, this part of this reassembly is just absolute torture. So just to recap, we have Torx tin screw here and a Torx tin screw right beside this hole. We have our power and our ribbon cable in the back here, so we're set there. We can go ahead and put our hard drive back into place, and you'll see how you want these holes to line up. These pegs will line up with other pegs. It's actually really well designed, and first you want to get these wires shoved back up into the front there like they were in that little clip, so that you can get that back together. But first we'll go ahead and put our screw back in this back hole back here. Oops. There's our magnetic tip again to save the day. Oops. And I did lose the little ball that holds that in place, so that's made a little troubling on this guy, but we're making it. And you just put that guy back in place. That is another Torx 10 screw. And then we can replace that ribbon. Actually, let's put that cable back where it goes first. And again, that ribbon cable, you just want to wiggle it back and forth until it comes out. You don't want to pull any of the wires out of that connector. That could be troublesome. So put that guy back where it goes, and then replace your ribbon cable. Make sure everything's in place there. And so now you're mostly back together. We'll take our top again, and of course this is the front, and that just slides over the top like so, and it's got pegs that feed into the pegs. Like I was saying, it's actually very well designed as far as assembly and disassembly. And now all we've got left is to put our long screws back. So we'll go ahead and do that. And again, that is a Torx 20 that you do that with. So let me find my Torx 20. This guy here. Alright guys, now as I said at the top of this video, the problem with this guy was that the disk drive would not open because that belt would not turn those pulleys. Now that we've replaced that belt with that tight rubber band, we can now open that disk drive again. So if you have an original Xbox where your disk drive will not open, this will fix you up. You can either buy an Xbox drive belt, or you can get these small non-metal elastic rubber bands. I've heard this is the better way to go because they have more tension and they have a little bit more stretch to them, so they're not going to just dry out and be nothing. But only time will tell on this. I will give you an update on this once I've used it a lot more to see if this fails again, and we might go the other way if this does not fix it. But we have a working original Xbox that we got for free only because the disk drive would not open, and we fixed it. Super simple. Really super simple fix. But like I say guys, it's a super simple fix for a super common problem with the original Xbox. Hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. If you like this video, be sure to like and comment. Share with your friends. You may know somebody that has a original Xbox that they can't get the drive door to open on. Most likely this is your problem. So if you like this video, like I said, this is the first in a series of videos detailing some common problems with consoles that are super simple to fix. Next, I will be covering the yellowing on Nintendo consoles. That's actually something that you can reverse, and I will be doing that within the next couple of weeks. I will be showing you how to fix that. But thank you for joining me. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on Beat 'em Up Joes. But before I go, I wanted to show you a little bit more in depth of this screwdriver that I got, this precision screwdriver set that I got at Walmart. I think this was about 20 bucks. Like I said, it's got that drive motion. It's got a screwdriver, a flashlight on it. It's actually pretty nice. I really like it. And it's got a wide array of bits that come with it. It's a 21-piece set. And I actually quite like it after doing this repair. So check out this Hyper Tough 21-piece 3-volt cordless precision screwdriver set. Like I said, that drill motion is very slow, not fast enough to strip out screws, and it just makes your job just a little bit easier. I like this product.